Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 22, Text 39. Yat pada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya. Yat pada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya. Karma shayam grahitam udgrahanti santaha. Karma shayam gratitam udgrahanti santaha. Tadvanarikta matayo yatayo apiruddha. Tadvanarikta matayo yatayo apiruddha. Shrotaganastam maranam bhaja vasudevam. Shrotaganastam maranam bhaja vasudevam. Yatpada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya. Karma shayam grahitam udgrahatyanti santaha. Tadvanarikta matayo yatayo apiruddha. Shrotaganastam maranam bhaja vasudevam. Yat pada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya. Karmashayam gratitam udgrayantinti shantaha. Tadvanarikta matayo yatayo abhiruddha. Shroto ganastam maranam bhaja vasudevam. Yat pada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya. Karma shayam gratitam udgrayanti shantaha. Tadvanarikta matayo yatayo abhiruddha. Shroto ganastam aranam bhaja vasudevam. Yat pada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya. Karma shayam gratitam udgrayanti shantaha. Tadvannarita matayo yatayo apiruddha. Shroto ganastam maranam bhaja vasudeva. Yat whose. Pada feet. Pankaja lotus. Palasa petals or toes. Vilasa enjoyment. Bhaktya by devotional service. Karma fruitive activities. Ashayam desire. Kratitam hard knot. Udgratenti root out. Santaha devotees. Tat that. Vat like. Na never. Riktamataya, persons devoid of devotional service. Yataya, ever increasingly trying. Api, even though. Ruda, stopped. Shrotaganaha, the waves of sense enjoyment. Tam, unto him. Aranam, worthy to take shelter. Bhaja, engage in devotional service. Vasudevam, unto Kṛṣṇa, the son of Vasudeva. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: the devotees who are always engaged in the service of the toes of the lotus feet of the Lord can very easily overcome hard-knotted desires for fruitive activities. Because this is very difficult, the non-devotees, the jñānīs and yogīs, although trying to stop the waves of sense gratification, cannot do so. Therefore, you are advised to engage in the devotional service of Kṛṣṇa, the son of Vasudeva. Purport: there are three kinds of transcendentalists trying to overcome the influence of the modes of material nature: jñānīs, yogīs and bhakta. All of them attempt to overcome the influence of the senses, which is compared to the incensed waves of river. The waves of river flow in constantly and it is very difficult to stop them. Similarly, the waves of desires for material enjoyment are so strong that they cannot be stopped by any process other than bhakti yoga. The bhaktas, by the transcendental devotion service unto the lotus feet of the Lord, become so overwhelmed by the transcendental bliss that automatically their desires for the material enjoyment stop. The jñānīs and yogis who are not attached to the lotus feet of the Lord simply struggle against the waves of desire. They are described in the verse as riktamataya, which means devoid of devotional service. In other words, the jñānīs and yogis, although trying to be free from the desires of material activities, actually become more and more entangled in false philosophical speculation or sternest attempt to stop the activity of the senses. As stated previously, Vasudeva Bhagavate Bhakti Yoga Prayojite Jnanayati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayad Ahetukam. Here also the same point is stressed. Bhaja Vasudevam indicates that one who is engaged in the loving service of Kṛṣṇa, the son of Vasudeva, can very easily stop the waves of desire. As long as one continues to try to artificially stop the waves of desire, he will certainly be defeated. That is indicated in this verse. Desires for fruitive activities are strongly rooted, but the trees for desires can be uprooted completely by devotional service, because devotional service employs superior desire. One can give up an inferior desire when engaged in the superior desires. To try to stop desires is impossible. One has to desire the supreme in order to be entangled in inferior desires. Jnānī maintain a desire to become one with the supreme, but such desire is also considered to be kama, lust. Similarly, yogis desire mystic power, that is also kama, and the bhaktas not desire of any sort of material enjoyment and becomes purified. There is no artificial attempt to stop desire. The desire becomes a source of spiritual enjoyment under the protection of the toes of the lotus feet of the Lord. It is stated here in the Kumaras that by the Kumaras that the lotus feet of the Lord Kṛṣṇa are ultimate reservoir of all pressure. One should therefore take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord instead of trying unsuccessfully to stop the desires for material enjoyment. As long as one is unable to stop the desire for material enjoyment, there is no possibility of becoming liberated from the entanglement of material existence. It may be argued that waves of rivers are instantly flowing, that they cannot be stopped, but the waves of the rivers flow toward the sea. When the tide comes over the river, it overwhelms the flowing of the river, and the river itself becomes overflooded, and the waves from the sea becomes more prominent than the waves from the river. Similarly, a devotee with intelligent plans so many things from the service of the Lord in Kṛṣṇa consciousness that stagnant material desire becomes overflooded by the desire to serve the Lord. As confirmed by Yamunacharya, since he has been engaged in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord, there is always a current of newer and newer desires flowing to serve the Lord, so much so that stagnant desire of sex life becomes very insignificant. Yamunacharya even says that he spits on such desires. Bhagavad Gita 2.59 also confirm. Param drishta nivartate. The conclusion is that by developing a loving desire for the service of the lotus feet of our Lord, we subdue all material desires for sense gratification. Prabhupada ki jai. Let's chant Mangalashanam. Om Jnana Timrandasya Jnana Jana Salakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapata Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagarajatam Sagagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kata Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindaneshwari Rishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhayavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I'll take the blessings of all the devotees assembled here so the right word comes at the right time. So let's try to understand what's happening. This is the Kumaras talking to the Prithu Maharaj. So let's go to the text 13. That's where the Prithu Maharaj is asking to Kumaras about this, the questions. He started the questions. So the question he asked is, okay, let's read it. Prithu Maharaj inquired from the sages about the persons entangled in this dangerous material existence because of their previous actions. How could such person whose aim only is sense gratification be blessed with any good fortune? So he's asking the question. It's like the only aim for them is it's a sense gratification. He beautifully said that Indriya Artha Vedinam. It's like sense gratification, Indriya Artha. The sense gratification is the ultimate goal of life. That's how people are living. What is the fortune for them? Kushalam. So he's asking what is the good fortune for them? What is the fortunate for them? Such kind of people. So that's the compassionate he's just asking it. So he's asking the Kumaras. This is the question Prithu Maharaj has asked it. Then later Kumara started discussion. In the first, when they started, Sanat Kumara, he glorified the questions what he asked it. So he just said that it's such a nice question because it's by all. He says that glorify the question, also the glorify Prithu Maharaj. He says that you are always thinking good for others, right? That's the mood of Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj did not ask anything for him. He already met the Lord. Prithu Maharaj already met the Lord. But the question he asked the Sanat Kumara is like, what is the good fortune? Who's Indriyartha, who is always entangled in the sense gratification, is just their ultimate goal of life. What can be done? Then we have seen from text 21 to 40, almost 20 verses, where Sanat Kumaras is giving up the how they can come out of it, what is the one, how to get rid of it, right? So he just started talking about the main thing. First he started with the beautifully thing is detachment from the bodily concept. So we need to have a detachment from the bodily concept. Then we can have an attachment with the Supreme Lord, the message of the Lord. That's how he starts it done. Then he just went on the devotional service. This is the last but one verse from here. Here he clearly says that one. So, therefore, you are advised to engage in the devotional service of Kṛṣṇa, the son of Vasudeva. So, if you look at the previous verse, it maybe look like Paramatma who is telling it. So, the yesterday's verse. But here he makes it very clearly, you need to have worship the Kṛṣṇa, son of Vasudeva. That's how he's just trying to do here. Okay. So, let's try to understand. Prabhupada has given a very beautiful purport. So here what he is trying to say, the devotees who are always engaged in the toes of the Lord, of the lotus feet of the Lord, can very easily overcome hard-knotted desires for fruitive activities. So, because this is very difficult for the non-devotees. If you look at the verse, so there are few things. Here it said that Rikta Mataya, it's like the person's devoid of devotional service. That's what here it's like Prabhupada is making clearly. It is like it is not atheistic. Even for like jñānīs, yogīs, they are also trying to give up their desires. So they have to do lots and lots of austerities to give up their desires. Right? One time Navina Nirada Prabhu, he was telling it. He met one person in Rishikesh. He said that I gave up my sex desire after 20 years of practicing it. And then next day he goes and does eating something. Then Navina Prabhu says that we are trying to see that giving up one desire, it's so much thing, but there are so many other desires are there. It's not like we just become a yogi and trying to give one desire. We have a bag of so much of desire. This body, or Guru Maharaj always says that one. If you look at this material body, that means you have material desires. So that's how we have so much of desires, back and lots of desires we have it. People are here, it's like everyone is trying to give up their desires, right? So we know that how tough to give up their desires. Where here in this verse it's been beautifully said, one who is always engaged in the service of the toes of the lotus feet of the Lord can very easily overcome hard-knotted desires for fruity activities. Okay, so let's try to understand how that desires are, things are come, right? So first of all, these days no one is trying to give up their desire. They are trying to see how they can boost up their desire. That's how the things are there. So it's not like giving up a desire. The whole, if you go to any world, it's all like you boost up your ego. If you, how in the office environment is been said, or in the everywhere, you just, if they do something, oh, you are great, you are great. Then what do you think? Oh, I'm great. Then you try to do more and more. It's like you boost up their complete ego. And then, yeah, if you keep increasing their ego, then they see that I can do more, I can do more. Then they'll start doing having so much of desire, right? That's the whole philosophy of the principle of the HR. It's like, how do you just boost up their ego, so that they'll be just having an ego. They'll try to do more. So that's how the companies are increasing it, right? So that's how in Bhagavad Gita, Kṛṣṇa beautifully says that one. That's a demonic tendency, right? In the 16th chapter, divine and demonic, he beautifully says that one, the nature of the demonic people. So the demonic people, their tendency is like, I have so much of money now, I have so many plans. With my plans, I'll keep increasing more and more money. I have this much money, it's going to keep on increasing further and further. And for this increasing my one, this is the enemy, I have killed him. These are other enemies, I'll kill them. So that I have so much, I'll get it. So I'm the enjoyer, I'm the very happy person, or everyone is surrounding me. So no one is as happy as I am, or no one is as powerful as I am. So that's how thing. And then Kṛṣṇa says that one demonic tendency does not stop here. I'll do some charity, I'll give some charity, I'll rejoice. These days that charity also is gone. It's just like I have my own plan, I kept doing it. That's how the one going. But even though whatever it is, such kind of tendency, even if you want to give up that desire, any small desire, it's very hard. The desire is like something which keep coming and attacking us, right? So we all know Vishwamitra. So he wants to give up all this thing, but he became very angry, that thing, or maybe he lost to the lust kind of one. So it is a very hard to give up such kind of prayer. Whereas in the devotees, it's a very easy. They'll give up the desire, right? So that's what Prabhupada says, that one, jñānīs, yogīs, no, right? So Radhanath Swami Maharaj beautifully says that one, right? So when he is in Journey Home books, he also writes it. And Dinabandhu Prabhu also quotes it multiple times. So in Vrindavan, you can see so many Babajis and everything. So if you give them some 500 rupees or whatever the money, he will not care about it. It's like a paper, they'll do it. But something is like their things, or someone is just touching the leg or something, they'll get angry. So he says that one. Why? Means the first thing is the tolerance, right? When Krishna talk about the quality of devotees, the first thing is the tolerance. Maybe we may look like outside a big Babaji, we don't care about the money or anything and all. It's like a one. But there is always something which is always there. That's kind of a desire is there. Whereas if you look at the devotees, they don't have any such kind of thing. The reason being is they are always thinking about the Lord. That's what the Prabhupada beautifully writes it, right? So that's the first thing to understand it, right? So how do we really further understand it, right? So how devotional service, it helps us to overcome the material desires, right? Here it's been beautifully said. Grahitam, hard knot. It's like a hard knot, and then deep-rooted hard knot. How it can be get rid of it, the devotional service. So here it's like the waves of river. It's like keep constantly will coming on it. So there was one king was there. He has been told, you should not eat mango. If you eat mango, you will die. So they said that one. And then went for some forest, and then the king was very tired, and then he sat under a tree. And then suddenly the minister said, King, this is a mango tree. So what? I'm just sitting here, I'm not eating the mango. Then one mango fall down. So fall down, then one minister said, come, let's run. It's just falling down, I'm not doing anything, I'm not eating it. Then another mango fall down. Then he just takes and smells it. Then again he says, come, let's go, let's not stay here. I'm just smelling, I'm not eating it. Then what happened? Another one more mango fall down. So then this time what happened? Oh, this looks good. Okay, maybe I'll taste a little. Then he started taking a little. Then what happened? After some time he ate fully, then he has died. So that's the one. It's like the things is happening it. We think that we controlling our desire, but it slowly comes. Oh, this is okay once. It's once in a while. I haven't done at all. It's just having it not a one. It's all like the desires are like keep on coming and harassing us in the one, right? Prahlad Maharaj beautifully says that one, right? So that is, oh my Lord, my senses are been attacking us. It's always my eyes want to look something beautifully. My nose want to smell something very one. Like that, my senses are completely harassing me. If you look at that one, you want to eat something very palatable. Well, even though our tummy is full, we want to eat more palatable because our senses are harassing us. That's how the Prahlad Maharaj says that one. Always the senses are harassing us. It's like the desire. To give up the desire is pretty hard. So that's what they are telling. But how? It's like there are two parts of it, right? There is like a niti, like, oh, I'll not do. Then that is the yogis and jñānīs do it. Whereas in the bhaktas, what they do, they have doing the devotional services. What is the devotional service gives? In this verse, there is a beautifully said, vilasa, it's enjoyment. It gives a happiness. The devotional service gives such a happiness so that we leave all these lower things, right? That's what Prabhupada mentioned that. Param drishta nivartate. So that means we give away all the lower nature of the one, right? For example, we may go to a book distribution stand in the road. People will be, sometimes people will be abusers, or many times they will say no, all those things and all. We'll be looking, Even though if they said no and think, okay, have a good day or something, we'll just do it. So we will not feel anything unhappiness. Whereas in the office where we have been paid so much and everything, someone says small thing, then we'll get so much of anger, so much of one. So that's the one. If you look at the same kind of thing, whereas when you do in the books, we get so much of rejections, then hardly any one person takes a small books, but we get so much of rejections. But we never get any angry or a disappointed or a dejection. Whereas in the other cases, in the office, someone says a small thing, they say that, no, this is not correct, then we'll just try to feel such a kind of anger and kind of one. That's the one, because we always get a certain kind of enjoyment, right? So once I was asking to Baba Prabhu, so I have not given any book at all. Eventually I gave only one small book. I felt very happy. Why it is so, right? If you like whole day, if you 2 hours, 3 hours you stand and give only one small book, you should end of the day you should feel bad, what I not done anything at all. But giving like a one small book, you feel like wow, I achieved a Nobel Prize kind of one. Why it is so? That's how the one, right? So we know so many devotees beautifully has done for services for last 1 week for Radha Gopinath. You can't see and ask them, oh my God, I'll not do next time again on kind of thing. It's so much of one. They'll be like coming, oh next month is again Janmashtami is coming. They'll be very superly eagerly. They are doing decades after decades. So that's how the taste, it gives us so much of the taste. So that's how when you have a higher taste, then you stop giving up the all the lower taste, right? So I had one friend, a devotee friend, he always says that one. So he has a habit of eating something we should not eat. So he had from birth onwards he has that one. He is very fond of eating it. He says that one, Prabhu, I don't know how did I give up at all only. I just used to come here. In my initial days, I eat prasadam in the temple, but there will be a carving will be there. I'll go and out and eat that one. But I can't say how it happened. Gradually nowadays, I can't eat at all, Prabhu. I can't think of eating itself only. How it gone, I don't know. I'm just always, it's like a prasadam is such a beautiful one. He says that one. It's like even every one of us, we see that before having Krishna consciousness, we had so many things which we are one. Now if you look at, we have gave up so many things. It's all gradually happened. We did not try to stop something. Oh, okay, I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. If we try to do that, we'll be trying to do for 1 week or worst case a month. After that, again we'll be doing it. But if you look at that one, at least, I don't know about others, at least I had so much of things which I tried to give up, which I couldn't do it. But gradually it's all went away in that one. That doesn't mean I don't have many things. I have many things to give up. Yeah. That's how we just have it. It slowly, gradually it will go away. Right? That's how the Prabhupada always says that one. Right? So if someone is there in the Krishna consciousness, that itself, it's fine. Then automatically everything will gradually will go away. Okay, so that's how the Prabhupada says that one. Prabhupada here now quotes the another part is in the purport is he quotes that he says that one. See, it's like a jnana and vairagya, detachment and knowledge. You no need to go anything separately. If you have worshipped the Lord, you automatically get both the one, right? So the detachment, we have seen so many. We ourselves is easily able to give up certain detachment. Then jnana, knowledge, right? Once someone asked Gorgoin Samaraj, if you look at the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada disciples, not many are like very highly scholarly educated and all, but if they talk and all, they have so much of power, knowledge and everything, how it's so. Then Maharaj beautifully says that one, because they all have the bhakti. When they have the bhakti, the Krishna himself will tell how to react, how to answer it, everything, right? So that's the one. That's what he is telling it. Once you have the bhakti, automatically the detachment comes from the inferior qualities, because we have the taste for the superior. Always they will give that one, right? When the child is eating the dirt, okay, you just give him some sweets, automatically he will stop give up the dirt. So that's how they just try to build that one. That's what Prabhupada is writing it, right? As long as one continues try to artificially stop the waves of desire, he will certainly be defeated. That's a very important. When we try to artificially try to control something, it's like we try to suppress something. When we try to suppress a lot, it's going to bounce back heavily. Whereas in case of bhakti, we are not suppressing that one. We are just ignoring it. So that means it's just cleaning it up. So what happened? That means slowly, that samskars in our heart will go away. So that means we will not have that taste at all. Whereas in other cases, I know I have seen I had one colleague, he wants to give up his bad habit of smoking, right? He was like, we can just, sometimes he thinks that, okay, I'm just going to do. The day if he try to do that, you can just see him, he'll be nervous. Okay, I have to go very early home, I just to do it, kind of one. He'll be there for 3-4 days, then again he'll started his habit. So if he try to do suppress, then after that if you look, he may do it more. So that's what, if you try to do suppress, we'll just try to give more. So that is what indicated in this verse, when he tried to do it. So here, the very important one is, Yat pada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya. Vilasa, it's enjoyment, happiness. It always gives the happiness, right? So that's the very important point. Okay. So the another point here is like, maybe we need to, sometimes we may think, is that bhakti is always the happiness, enjoyment? No, I'm not having always the enjoyment. So that's something we always think. The very important thing is, my Guru Maharaj always quote that one. There is two stages in bhakti. One is the therapeutic and releasing. It's like Vaidhi bhakti and sadhana bhakti, right? So sadhana bhakti and raganuga bhakti. It's like we are in the, it's like sadhana bhakti. It's like we are just doing it. The very Prabhupada always quote that one. The disciple is one who has more discipline. Someone is disciplined, they are the disciple. So it's like always we discuss this point very clearly. If we like or don't like, Prabhupada says that one. You are doing because I said so. That's what our thing. It's like we are like a military. When the commander says, we just follow it. So we know that when we follow the commanders, whatever says, we will be safe, everyone will be safe. The same process for us. When we follow that one, and that's how we just do it, right? So if you look at this again, the one, right? If you look at from the other, their exalted the devotees, Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur says, right? Kaivalayam narakayate. So it's like he sees that even the liberation, the merging it's like a hell for him. He don't feel like anything. He's just doing it. He's just telling Tridasha Pura Akasha Pushpayate. It's like it's like 3 planetary system. Wherever he goes, it's like Akasa Pushpa. It's like a illusory flower. There is no happiness, anything. Even he is ready to go to hell, because if there is a association of the devotees, and then how we can do it, right? So the same thing we'll be reading later cantos, Vritasura, right? So we know that when Vritasura has been cursed by Mother Parvati, so he's been told to become a demon. So Mother Parvati, when she done, he'll be happily accepted. King Chitraketu, he was been going, and then he passed up a joklis and commands when Mother Parvati took means she offended, and then she curses the King Chitraketu. When she offended, means when cursed, he took it very happily. And then it's beautifully in that section will be written. Means Mother Parvati could not feel it. You curse someone who should be, you should feel more happy than whom you are cursed it, right? You are scolding someone, and when you scold it, you are doing someone, cursing them. You feel that yes, I cursed him one thing, and then you should feel that you feel more happy than other person. But what happened in this case? When you curse, that too, who is cursing? Mother Parvati. When she cursed, and Chitraketu became super happy. It's like, what is happening? It like that. That time Lord Shiva beautifully says, right? Narayana Parva Sarve, Nakutaschana Bipati, Swarga Apavarga Narakeshu, Api Tulyartha Darshana. Tulyartha, they don't care. It's like Swarga Apavarga Naraka, they don't care at all. That's what. Because they always think in the mood of the Narayana Parayana. They always talk about the Narayana. That's how they always have the higher taste. It's not they don't want. Even in the fight, Indra and Vritarashtra, if you read that one, Indra is like he's it like he looks like he's the loser. Indra is the eventually is the loser in that fight. Vritarashtra is a demon and he's dying it. He'll be like a super happy. Indra is the one. Right? So it's not like that's a whole the devotional. Even we have a certain tinge of certain taste when you do for the certain kind of services to the Lord. We all get that certain tinge. We may not be like such exalted, but we have a certain taste. Otherwise, if there is nothing, we are not getting it. We will not get up at early in the morning doing all these things because it's a very hard in the means we are like what you say from the general public we are like a different category kind of one, right? It's a very hard. So but why we are doing it, we know what is the higher taste, we know what is the higher purpose of it, right? So that's how the do it. So yeah, let me try to summarize here. Here is a very important Kumar means Sanat Kumaras they are trying to summarize. So this is the last they are trying to do, worship the Lord of Vasudeva. The question here asked it, the question he asked it, the Indriyartha, the person who was most entangled, their ultimate goal is sense enjoyment. Such kind of person, how they can do it? Just Indriyartha. Then when they have that kind of one, the desires will, any desires, they all have been held up by the desires. That desires will automatically gradually go. How it will happen? Because they have the vilasa. It's a happiness, bhakti. It's like he make it very clear. It's not like they're giving up the desire. Is the prime one. I can become like a jñānī or yogi. No, that cannot be done at all. That's what he's making it very clearly. Only bhakti yogas, they are the one, they can give up the desire. Otherwise, anything if you try to do a desires, like even if you try to do 60,000 of years or whatever is, like Saubhari Muni, even you go under water and then do it, you always have any certain kind of things will have one, because you have so much of anarthas in this one, which is can be easily given up or can go only through the devotion service, which is a vilasa. It's a very enjoyment and happiness. That's a one. So I'll stop here. Is there any comments, correction? Grindra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.